Hello, my little mathematicians. Today we're going to review some basic problems on how to set up and solve ratios. So first thing is a ratio can be written as a fraction. And whatever they say first, that's your numerator. And whatever they say second, usually that is your denominator. So when they say this to that, they want the number of peanuts on top, and then they want the number of almonds to be on bottom. Okay. So for peanuts, how many peanuts are there in this bag? Yeah, there's 6. Okay. And then for the number of almonds, how many almonds are there in this trail mix bag? There's 2. Okay. Now for a ratio, the one thing we need to remember is if we can simplify it, we want to make sure that we can reduce it. Okay. So what can go into both 6 and 2? That's right, 2 can. So then when I simplify that, I get 3 over 1. I know that that can simplify to just 3, but for the sake of a ratio, we want to keep it something over something. So don't change them into mixed numbers and don't put them as whole numbers. We want them as this to that. Okay, where the top number is talking about the number of peanuts and the bottom number is talking about the number of almonds for that specific problem, because sometimes it changes up. This one wants the number of almonds to peanuts this time. Okay, so almonds, we said there was 2 of them, right? And for peanuts, we said there was 6 of them. Okay, well now these are the same numbers from last time, so 2 can still go into both of those. And when I reduce this one, do I still get 3 over 1? No, this time I get 1 over 3. And then I just leave it like that. Okay. Number 3 says it wants the number of cashews. Okay, so cashews is on top. And how many cashews are there? There's 1. To all the ingredients. Okay, so all, is that including the cashews? Yeah, it's all the things in the bag. So you would have 6 plus 3 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. Well, that's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 total. Can you reduce that at all? Sure can. Okay, and then the next one is saying it wants cashews to non-cashews on the bottom. What does that mean? I mean, the top one's pretty easy. The number of cashews, I know that there's 1. What does it mean by non-cashews? It means all the things that aren't cashews. So it's basically all of these except for these. Well, we already added them all up. There's 15 total minus the 1 that's the number of cashews. So there's 14 things in there that are non-cashews. Can that reduce? Nope. All done. Okay. Our last one says it wants raisins and chocolate chips. Okay, so raisins, there's 3. And chocolate chips is also 3. To the amount of peanuts and almonds. So both peanuts and almonds are on the bottom, and both the raisins and chocolate chips are on top. So how many peanuts are there? We said there were 6. And how many almonds? 2. So when we add the top, what do you get? 6, And on the bottom, what do you get? 8. Can you reduce that? You sure can. By what? 2 is right. Okay, so then your final answer would be what? If you said 3 over 4, you're good to go. Okay, the ratio of raisins and chocolate chips to peanuts and almonds is 3 to 4, meaning there's 3 raisins and chocolate chips for every 4 peanuts and almonds. There you go. Okay, so that's how you would use it if they gave you a table. Now, for word problems, okay, it says there are 9 girls and 12 boys in the trivia club. What is the ratio of boys to girls? Okay, so it wants boys on top and girls on the bottom. Okay, so do we know how many girls there are? Yes, there was 9. Do we know how many boys there were? Yes, there was 12. Okay, there we go. Now the only thing I need to do is look to see if I can reduce it. Can anything go into both? Hopefully you said 3. And then what does that reduce to? If you said 4 over 3, you are correct. Okay, next one. Remember, you're always welcome to pause the video, try it yourself, and then unpause it and check to see how you did. This says a bag has 2 green marbles, 8 blue marbles, and 6 red marbles. Okay, they probably told me some extra information there because that's 3 things, and a ratio always only has 2. They want to know red, so red's on top, to green, so green's on bottom. All right, did they tell me, I'm holding the green pen, so how many green are there? 2 on the bottom. And on top, red, how many red did they tell me? Yes, 6. What can go into both of those numbers? Hopefully you said 2. So then when you reduce that, you have 3/1. Perfect. Okay, getting a little bit trickier, but not much. Okay, the next one says a bag has 2 green marbles, 8 blue marbles, and 6 red marbles. What is the ratio of red to non-red? Well, how many red are there? That's right, 6. And so then non-red would be this one and this one, right? The green and the blue. So what's 2 plus 8? 10. If you got that one right, good job. That's pretty tricky. Okay, and then can I reduce that? Yeah, if you divide by 2. And then that reduces to final answer of 3/5. Okay, number 9 says a bag has 2 green marbles, 8 blue marbles, and 6 red marbles. What is the ratio of blue to all? Okay, so blue, they told me how many? 8. Now for all, do I include the blue or not include the blue? Yeah, it's part of all the marbles. So you're going to add the green, blue, and red. So 2 plus 8 is 10, and 10 plus 6 makes 16. When you reduce that, what do you get? Well, what can go into both? Yeah, 8 can. And when you reduce that, 8 divided by 8 is 1 on top, and 16 divided by 8 is 2 on the bottom. Now, if you said the final answer was 2 or 2/1, unfortunately, you would get it wrong because 1/2 is very different than 2. So that's why I always like to show what I'm reducing by so then I could see, oh, hey, the 1's on top and not a 2. Because that's a very common mistake. You did all that work and then you miss it because you put the answer as 2 or 2/1. Okay, moving on to number 10. Number 10 says there are 27 students going on a trip. If 13 of the students are boys, what is the ratio of girls to boys? Okay, so 13 of the students are boys. All right, that's nice. 13. 27 are, that doesn't say 27 are girls. It says 27 students are going on the trip. What do I do with that information? Well, that's like the total number of students, right? So if the total number of students is 27 and 13 of them are boys, how would I find out the number of girls? Yeah, I would subtract them. So you have 27 total minus 13 boys equals the number of girls. So if I subtract that, I get 14. So there's 14 girls for every 13 boys. Can I reduce that? Nope. Okay. If you haven't tried any on your own, try number 11. So pause it and then come back to us after you did it. Okay, now that you tried it and you're back with us, it said a classroom has 32 students, 14 of them are boys. What is the ratio of, they want girls to boys again? Okay. This time they said 14 are boys. Okay, so 14 is still the boys down below. And then it says the total number of students is 32. So to find the number of girls, you would subtract the number of boys, and that would tell me the number of girls. So if I borrow, I get 18. So 18/14. The only thing I need to watch out for is, can I reduce that? Yes, I can, by 2. And what is 18 divided by 2? Yeah, it's 9. And what's 14 divided by 2? 7. Okay, next one. A bag has a total of 18 marbles that are either yellow or purple. Ooh, this one sounds tricky. If 4 of the marbles are yellow, then what is the ratio of, okay, we have purple to yellow. did they tell me the number of yellow? Yes, they said there was 4 yellow. And then they said 18 are either yellow or purple. Okay, so that's the total of those. So if 18 is the total and 4 of those are yellow, the remaining amount must be the purple. So there are 14 purple. Okay, to reduce that, what can go into both? 2. So then your final answer would be, hopefully you said 7/2. There are 7 purple marbles for every 2 yellow marbles. Okay, our next one says a bag has a total of 30 marbles that are either black or white this time. If 18 of the marbles are black, then what is the ratio of white to black? Okay, so we want white to black. 18 of the marbles are black. So I'm going to put 18 on the bottom because that's where black is. And 30 of them are black and white. So that's the total of black and white. So if I subtract 18 from that, that's going to tell me how many of them are white. And I get 12 white. Can anything go into that? Yeah, 2 can. And then you get 6/9. And what can go into those? 3 can. And what's your final answer then? Yeah, 2/3. Now, some of you divided by 3 and then divided by 2, you still should have ended with 2/3. Or some of you divided by 6 right off the bat. 12 divided by 6 is 2. 18 divided by 6 is 3. The bigger number you choose to reduce by, the faster you get to your final answer. Okay, 2 more, and then we're done. It says a bag has a total of 22 marbles that are either gold or blue. If 16 of the marbles are gold, then what is the ratio of blue to all? So you have blue to all. Okay, 16 are gold. That's neither of the things I want. A bag has a total of 22. Okay, so 22 is a total, and they're gold or blue. So if 16 of the total is gold, if I subtract that from the total 22, then that's going to tell me how many of them are blue. Okay, so when I do that, what did you get? Yeah, 6. Okay. And then when I go ahead and do that, can I reduce it? Yes, you can. Okay, by what? Not 6, but 2, right? And then 6 divided by 2 is 3, and 22 divided by 2 is 11. So your ratio would be 3/11. Okay, this one says tricky. Uh-oh. Let's see if you can pause it and try it yourself first and then come back and see if you got it right. I have faith in you. Okay, so if you're back with us, it says a bag has a total of 26 marbles that are either red, white, or blue. If 18 of the marbles are either red or blue, then what is the ratio of white to non-white? Oh my goodness, now I see why they said it was tricky. Okay, so I want white to non-white. Okay, so this is, 26 marbles that are either red, white, or blue. Okay, so that's the total. And then 18 are red or blue. So it's the ones that aren't white. Okay, so 18 are not white, which means that's this one. So then how do I find the amount that are white? Well, the leftover amount, if this many are blue, red and blue, then the leftover amount from 26 is going to be the amount that are white, right? So 26 minus 18 is 8. So you have 8/18. And then what can go into both? 2. And what's 8 divided by 2? 4. And what's 18 divided by 2? 9. And there you go. If you got those right, you're going to do amazing. Okay, and remember, that last one was really hard. Okay, but always think about it. If they tell you the total amount and then one of the missing ones, like take the amount they told you and subtract that from the total, and that'll tell you what the missing amount is that you were looking for. And always pay attention to the order. If it says this to that, like put the thing that comes before the word to on top and the thing that comes after the word to on the bottom. And that's all there is to know. You got this, my little mathematicians. You're going to do amazing.